But now, Nick Hatfield has the news slightly late. Sorry, Nick, morning to you. And you are picking up on the theme of holidays.
Yeah, we're talking about this a lot at the moment, aren't we, really? And it's the EU who are going to be talking about this today. They're holding discussions on whether to allow unrestricted visits from British tourists who are fully vaccinated. But most member states are on the UK's amber list, meaning you would have to quarantine anyway on return. Elsewhere, higher clothing and energy prices contributed to a doubling of the UK's inflation rate in April. The Office for National Statistics says it rose to 1.5% from 0.7% in March. An investigation into Donald Trump's property company is now being treated as a criminal inquiry. The New York Attorney General's office is looking into the former US president's financial dealings before he took office. The Trump Organization denies doing anything wrong. And some royal baby news. Buckingham Palace says Princess Beatrice is expecting a first child this autumn with her husband Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi.
Congratulations! Yeah. And Naomi Campbell had a baby as well.
She did.
Yes, she put a lovely picture on Instagram, didn't she?
Oh, they're pulled out.
They're not.
Taxi pulled out.
Nick, thanks so much. Let's talk to Hugh Ferris and find out what's happening in the sport. Hugh, morning to you.
Morning, Naga. A big day for the names that will be announced by Steve Clarke, who is revealing Scotland's first major championship squad for 23 years this afternoon. Normally there'd be 23 names too, but that's been extended to 26 for all the squads involved in the Euros for COVID reasons. And Ronnie Forsyth considers who they might be.
Stephen Clarke isn't overburdened with options as he plots Scotland's first campaign in the finals of a major tournament since France '98, and his choices reduced when he lost Rangers' Ryan Jack and Kenny McLean of Norwich City to injuries. But there are candidates who've nourished hope of claiming a place in the squad, with Nathan Patterson, Rangers' teenage breakthrough fullback, amongst them. John Fleck would love to add to his 5 caps, but he knows that midfield is the Scots' most competitive department, while in attack there's a strong case for Kevin Nisbet of Hibs, but Dundee United's Lawrence Shankland has also been touted, as has Lee Griffiths. He hasn't been a regular starter at Celtic, but he does have experience with 22 caps and 4 goals, including 2 spectacular free kicks against England.
They will meet in the group stage of the European Championship, of course. Pep Guardiola says his Manchester City team will have to improve for their Champions League final against Chelsea. He claims he's concerned about their opponents being so tough after admitting that they tired with 10 men in their 3-2 defeat at Brighton last night. Meanwhile, both he and Thomas Tuchel are hopeful that key midfielders avoided an injury that could affect that game in Porto. Ilkay Gundogan and N'Golo Kanté came off during their matches last night. American golf officials are hopeful that September's Ryder Cup will be played before a capacity crowd at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. With the details, our golf correspondent Ian Carter.
Speaking ahead of the US PGA Championship here at Kiowa Island, the boss of the PGA of America, Seth Ward, said that the world is ready to have a party. The Ryder Cup can provide it. The match between Europe and the United States was postponed from last year, but Ward believes that his organisation can stage the greatest ever Ryder Cup. He added that the world still faces a lot of challenges, but from a US perspective, they're really hopeful it can be staged with sellout crowds in attendance.
Lando Norris has signed a new contract with McLaren, who say he'll be with them for years to come. The British driver is in his 3rd season with the F1 team. Former world heavyweight champion Frank Bruno has launched a community centre for boxing to help young people's mental health. His own struggles have been widely documented over the years, and he's hoping a toned-down version of his sport could prove crucial to those who might be suffering.
It's very important to me because, as you can see, these youngsters willing to come down, start at the school, has allowed the youngsters to come down to do a look. We don't want anybody to go in the ring and punch in the granite at one another.